All right. This is the second part, I guess, of well, I guess I wouldn't call it a series yet because I haven't made it. It's not quite a series yet, but I would like to share a few more sutras, um, mostly just how we chant in Japanese and I suppose in English. But this following to Enmei Jikku Kannongyo and Shosai Darani, I suppose mostly chanted in a Sino-Japanese pronunciation. And the one, actually, Enmei Jikku Kannongyo is somehow less common, although we have this sutra in a book that I think I've been using at my community temple for a long time, but I didn't see it in the standard one. But here I am just sharing this from the screen of San Francisco Zen Center on the screen, with the screen showing those sutras from San Francisco Zen Center. So I'll start with Enmei Jikku Kannongyo, then go on to Shosai Kichi Darani. It's roughly translated as, well, it's sorry, not roughly, formally translated as disaster prevent, marvelously beneficial disaster preventing Darani in Sotoshu. Enmei Jikku Kannongyo 関税女無物用物陰陽物縁仏法相縁上落が上長年関税音忘年関税音年々重心期年々売り新関税女無物用物陰陽物縁仏法相縁上落が上少年関税音忘年関税音年々重心期年々不利新関税音南無仏用仏陰陽仏縁仏法相縁上落が上長年関税音忘年関税音年々重心期年々売り新Shosai Kichi Darani. This marvelously beneficial disaster preventing Darani. So I'll do both, I think, titles in English and Japanese. Shosai Kichi Darani, or marvelously beneficial disaster preventing Darani. のも三万だ元南わらちことしゃその南東寺東園ややきうんぬんしうらはらしうらちしゅさちゅりそわじゃせんちやしりえそもこの三万だ元南わらちことしゃその南東寺東園やきうんぬんちうらあらしうらはらしうらちゅさちゅりそわじゃせんちやしりえそもこのも三万元南わらちことしゃその南当時当園やきうんぬんしゅららしうらはらしうらちゅさちゅりそわじゃせんちやしりえそうもこ Thank you. As for the last part, somoko, these are three separate syllables, but what I hear most commonly is they put it together. So, shirie somoko no mo sammanda. Yet, in Japan, I kind of remember how people chanted shirie somoko. Just a minor difference, and you may get to hear two versions depending on where you are. Anyway, it's a very subtle difference. But such thing does exist. Slight difference you encounter. But But usually we just kind of try and blend in and fit in. However, the way that being sutra is chanted locally there. And along with that, I think I'll introduce another short sutra, which I didn't do last time, which is Shariraimon. As for Shariraimon, we actually we have an English translation here, which actually never heard people chant in English. But if I may, it probably go like this. The meaning of Shariraimon, a verse of homage to Buddha's relics. It's quite often commonly chanted among, I guess, Japanese and Japanese American priests. It's a very sacred sutra. Because of its short, since it's very short, we often chant this sometimes in the same way, kind of like Enmei Jikku Kannongyo. Actually, this is the first sutra that I memorized with my grandfather while in the bathroom. It was like assignment. I think I was probably 8 or 9. So first do this in Japanese. Shariraimon一心将来満徳円満釈迦如来新人者利恩寺を心崩壊とばが到来教意が原神入が入仏が自己が消防大異仏人力薬衆上発母大神衆母殺業導入円弱平等大地根性将来I think it's a little mistake here. It says N, but this is H. So I ga genshin. I see a little bit of I don't know, some changes. Maybe what happened when they put that in the PDF data or something. So this is more or less how it goes. As for the meaning, this is the meaning. But I've never actually seen anyone chant. But I'll just give it a try. It might be how it might sound, but see, the certain sutras that comes with the Japanese pronunciation that goes more in the original Chinese sort of a structure goes with the wooden block because it can go really rhythmic. But then there are some sutras which was kind of transformed into more of a Japanese structure. So those are the ones that go without sutras. Without wooden block. That includes Sandokai, harmony of difference and equality, Hokyozan, my precious mirror samadhi. So there are sutras like that. We don't use wooden block. Now in English, because you can technically break it into syllables. So I think some people prefer to use wooden blocks, some people don't. And even the sutras that we use, we chant with a wooden block. We don't necessarily use wooden blocks because it just don't fit in. We can try probably this sort of sutras in both ways because of the nature of English language with all the syllables, but because of depending on how you divide into kind of the chunk of syllables, the pace, and I think it kind of gets there will be so many different kind of versions, even if you use the same wordings. Anyway, so if I go without the wooden block, probably like this. It will probably go like this. Verse of homage to Buddha's relic. With wholehearted reverence we bow to the relics of the true body of the Tathagata Shakyamuni, who is fully endowed with myriad virtues, to the Dharma body, which is the fundamental ground, and to his stupa, which is the whole universe. With the respect we venerate the one who manifested a body for our sake. Through the sustaining power of the Buddha, which enters us even as we enter it, we verify awakening by means of the Buddha's spiritual power. We benefit living beings, arouse the thought of awakening, cultivate Bodhisattva practice, and together enter perfect peace, the knowledge of the equality of all things. Now let us reverently bow. Sorry, I said without Mokuyo wooden block. So this probably is a version without Mokuyo wooden block. Without Mokuyo block, it might just go smoothly. So with verse of homage to Buddha's relics, with all hearted reverence we bow to the relics of the true body of the Tathagata Shakyamuni, who is fully endowed with myriad virtues, to the Dharma body, which is the fundamental ground, and to his stupa, which is the whole universe. With deep respect we venerate the one who manifested a body for our sake. Through the sustaining power of the Buddha, which enters us even as we enter it, we verify awakening. By means of the Buddha's spiritual power, we benefit living beings, arouse the thought of awakening, cultivate bodhisattva practice, and together enter perfect peace, the knowledge of the equality of all things. Now let us reverently bow. Speed and length, I guess, I don't know, it's probably differs, but like I said, this one certain English translation of Shariraimon, verse of homage to Buddha's relics, I haven't really heard this neither in Japanese American community. I mean, sorry, definitely not Japanese American community, but in Western Zen communities. So, but it's good to know there's such a sutra, and this is one of the most valued or sacred, what we consider sacred sutras. So then I think that's probably, I'm gonna finish this one quickly. With this. As for other Dharanis, there are a few more Dharanis and then sutras. Anyway, thank you very much. I hope this will be useful for the Wednesday workshop of whoever is interested in memorizing the sutras. Sorry, I didn't realize that there aren't that many. I hope more people will produce this. But anyway, my job is to kind of put this together with Japanese pronunciation and English one. So here we go. Again, thank you so much for your continued dedication and practice. Let me know if you have questions. Okay, thank you.